Hello, my lovelies. Have you ever felt like you're going through a period of bad luck and nothing is going right for you? Maybe you feel stuck for some reason and you're afraid nothing is ever going to change. Perhaps you're feeling a little sad, down, anxious, maybe even lonely. When we feel like we're not living up to our expectations or even other people's expectations, we tend to be very hard on ourselves, which only amplifies the sadness, anger, or even shame that we may be feeling for whatever we are currently struggling with. When we feel this way, we can feel so alone, like no one really understands us, like everyone's life is so much better than ours. But it's in times like these that we really need to step back, zoom out, and be a little kinder to ourselves. Isn't it strange how we as humans have the tendency to always focus on the negative? It's so much easier for us to react to negative memories or events as opposed to positive moments. There's actually something in psychology called the negativity bias. This negativity bias is a psychological phenomenon which pretty much shows that we're wired to focus on the negative. We tend to pay more attention to anything negative that happens around us, and we even make decisions based on negative information more than positive information. The theory is that this tendency is likely a result of our own evolution, because paying attention to bad or dangerous threats in the world was a question of survival. So those who are attuned to danger were more likely to survive. Wild, isn't it? So you're not broken or pessimistic for remembering or focusing on the bad. It's normal. It's human. But we also know that focusing on the negative also just causes us more stress and pain, especially because a lot of the things that affect us are not necessarily putting us in danger. I know that when things seem rough, it can feel like it's never ending. We ask ourselves, am I always going to feel this way? Is this ever going to get better? The thing is, there's no way of knowing when things will change. None of us would ever be able to accurately predict that because we can't see into the future. But one thing we do know is that change is constant. So even when we're going through a rough patch, we can remind ourselves that it's only temporary. We may not know for how long, but we know that change is inevitable. A great way I remind myself of this is to think back on how much has changed from last year to this moment. How were you different 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Maybe you cut your hair. Maybe you moved to a new home or a new city. Maybe you've switched jobs. There will always be some change, no matter how big or small it is. Change can be scary because, like I said before, we can't predict the future. But nothing is permanent if we really think about it. Even the trees around us go through cycles of change, with their leaves falling every fall and winter, only to grow back again in the spring. We can wake up today and there may be gloomy, dark clouds in the sky, and then wake up to a beautiful blue sky tomorrow. The world around us is constantly changing, as are we. And I know it can be sad because we know moments of joy and happiness will also pass. Have you ever felt so happy that you just never wanted the moment to end? When you're having fun spending time with friends, traveling to a new place, it always makes it bittersweet when those moments end. But I think impermanence should just make us appreciate those moments even more. We should be present and truly be in the moment. And on the flip side, in moments of sadness and turmoil, we also know that those will eventually end too. In those moments, we can hold on to this knowing that whatever struggle we are going through will pass one day, like a beacon of light reminding us that the gray clouds will open up eventually and the sun will shine through again. I can't count the amount of times that my life has been, to put it honestly, an anxious mess. This year in particular has been a wild roller coaster ride. Family health problems, me having recurring panic attacks on almost a daily basis, insomnia, a surge in my anxiety. There were several weeks where I was scared to even leave my house because of how bad my anxiety had gotten. It felt like I was sinking in quicksand, like I was stuck and I wasn't moving forward. 2 months felt like 8 months, but eventually it ended. Things changed and I'm back to feeling like myself again. Honestly, reminding myself that change is inevitable and my situation was only temporary really helped me during those days. It helped me accept that this is my current now and that eventually it will shift. It will change again. So if you're struggling today, let this serve as a reminder to you that it's simply another cycle in your life. We are always changing just as much as the world around us. There will always be ups and downs in life. We won't feel happy every single day, and that's totally normal. But it's these rough patches that make us appreciate the moments of joy in our life. And those moments will eventually come back, even when in the moment it seems like they won't. One day you'll wake up and feel like yourself again, and a new cycle has begun. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video made you feel a little less alone. Love you.